Hey guys, Jessica, Scrap Fabulous. I am continuing to do some of my own inspired by the May I Scraplift You. I took a bunch of layouts from Pinterest and kind of matched them up with pictures and paper that I had already matched up. So I'm not on their hop, I just was very inspired by it. So here I am using some old Julie nutting. Old meaning I've had it for probably a couple years. And then it was Julie nutting by Photoplay. And then that green paper I think was also Photoplay. I am using this burlap that I've had forever and a day. And I am going to get it down this double-sided tape. I'm hoping that it's going to end up keeping. I probably should have added some wet adhesive as well, but I did not. I am working on a whole bunch of old photos that I'm trying to get done so that I can get them, out of boxes and into albums and so that I can pass them down and etc. We're having a granddaughter in September, and it's kind of got me motivated to work on lots of old pictures so that I can really focus on her albums when she's here. So anyway, the sketch had ribbon like going across and up and down, and it was burlap as well, except my burlap has lace on it. But I couldn't make it work as far as going up and down horizontally. I mean, vertically, at least not in my head. So for some of these, I have typed out kind of just a teensy bit of journaling just to kind of tell what's going on in the picture. There's not much going on in this picture, which is why it's only one little blurb. And then I'm going through, these are, I have 3 of these. They're actually for tools that I got on clearance at, I think it was at Tractor Supply. And I've got things like metal and buttons and stuff like that organized in those, and I have been trying to make myself pull those out more. And I pulled out that white, it's almost like ceramic frame, but it looks I don't know what that would be considered, shabby chic, something. But it just reminds me of something old. And where we are here, I think we're at my aunt's in West Virginia. I was going through some old photos. And I want to say this was probably in the late 80s. And I've always loved to go through old photos and, listen to all of the older people talk about old stories. And not that I don't have a very good memory, so it's hard for me to remember a lot of the old stories, unfortunately. But I've always loved to sit and listen to them, which is probably what at some point led me to scrapbooking, because it's, a bunch of old stories, basically. So what else am I doing? Oh, so here's where I decide, because I want those 2 pages to be next to each other, I decide that I want to flip it because it looked kind of weird with both of the pictures on the left-hand side. I don't know, it just visually bothered me. So here I'm trying to switch it up. I'm trying to get the tape up, but then I'm like, I can cover it up with flour. So that's all I'm doing there. And there, what am I doing? Oh, I think I'm going to use a key, but it ends up not making it on there. It's a metal key. Again, trying to use up the stuff in those boxes. Yeah, this is actually been a lot of fun to start working on some of these really old pictures. Who did I see? I believe it was Sarah Scraps. I've seen her she works on like heritage stuff, and I thought, you know, I never really thought about my story as being heritage, but it's going to be one day, right? So I might as well get started on it now. So it's been actually a lot of fun to work on them. Even like this one, I thought that I would end up wanting to like scan all of my photos, but it was really holding me up. And a lot of these photos, like, I'm not gonna want a scanned copy of it for whatever reason. Like, there's some that I actually, you know, really do, my grandparents, stuff like that, but these are not so much. And they're Polaroid, so it really kind of tells the story in itself, right? Because they were taken forever ago. I mean, I know we have Polaroids now, but they're a little bit different. So I feel like that kind of adds to the story about like the age of these photos. And yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling. Anyway, here I'm going to try to put something inside that frame, and this is a cut apart from, so I do the Hip Kit Club, and I also just joined the scrap room, but this package of ephemera came from the Hip Kit Club, and it was because during like COVID and everything, a lot of their products got like, I don't want to say backlogged, but they were having a hard time getting it because the postal service wasn't, I don't know, they were having issues too, so whatever. So they sent an extra goodie in there, which was awesome. It was Maggie Holmes ephemera, which I did not have. So that's what I was cutting up to put in that frame, and that's the other part right there of that piece that I'm just putting. So here's where I'm going to build a cluster. Okay, so that wooden flower that I just put to the side right there, that is from MK. I ordered some stuff from her on Etsy, and I absolutely love them. I ordered 2 packs of these flowers, and then I ordered these 2. They're like a package of, I guess, like leafy bits or ferns or something like that. I love those. And then I bought some farmhouse kind of things because I'm going to make an album for my one of my girlfriends. Just her son had a baby, and so I want to make it for her grandson. Yeah, so I will be definitely ordering more things from MK. So yeah, and then I'm going to use some of these leaves, those peachy corally colored, boy, they match perfectly. I put those leaf things in my Amazon cart so that my family would know, like, I put some things in my Amazon cart for my family to know what I wanted for Christmas. Well, I didn't realize that when I put those in my cart, it was like a pack of like 6. So I have a lot of leaves to use, which is fine because I like that they add some color, and I have tons of flowers. I'm sure if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen me pull out some of my bags of flowers, and it's kind of obnoxious. Yeah, so I need leaves to go with them, in my opinion. So here, this is going to be like a little white rose. I have tons of those as well. I ordered them from AliExpress. And I'm just going to fiddle. I do this all the time, trying to get, just the right placement. I'm going to end up putting that, I think, right there. And I believe it just says that I'm looking through, I've always loved looking through old photos or something like that. Put that little, I have had that, so it's a pack of like 6 buttons from Prima. I have 2 of them, and they're all a little bit different, and I've had those packs for years. I bought them Tuesday morning. Finally opened them to use them on this, and it's got like a little keyhole, which I thought was perfect because like we're at a house. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, I also have these that I bought a while ago from Hobby Lobby on clearance. They were $1 a pack. I think I bought like 3 of them, and they're just little white flowers, but they look like newsprint flowers, and then they've got like a tiny little black bling in them. And they really just add a lot, but they're tiny. They're like perfect. So I'm just kind of sprinkling those because I had sprinkled them on the other page as well. And what am I going for next? Oh, I'm just putting those flowers away, which is really funny because you should see all the junk on my desk. I don't even know how I'm going to work tomorrow because I've got so much stuff on my desk, but I'll figure it out. I do not feel like cleaning it up today, which is one of the benefits of having a room, right? Yeah. There, you can partially see that bag. That's a bag of black and white flowers. Yeah, it's full. And I use tons of flowers, and I still have tons of flowers. And I keep thinking, like, I'm going to run out eventually. Although there are times when I'm like, why don't I have a flower that matches this? Yeah. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So this one, I believe, is going to make it on there. Yeah, I at some point tell myself to just, quit overthinking it and just get it on there. I add some extra little pieces. Oh, that's a little black flower that I'm like, well, maybe if I bend it up, it'll look a little bit different, not so flat. So that's what I do with that. Yep, and then I add that one. Which those flowers are kind of very elevated, so I know my album is gonna be really thick, but that's okay. I am very, more is more. These are little like stems that are actually supposed to go in the middle of flowers. I bought a bunch of them from AliExpress, but I've just been tucking them in so that they look like little sprays coming out, and I love them. They're just a nice little added touch. On this layout, I have a little bit of gold and a little bit of silver, which does not bother me. I kind of feel like silver and gold mixed together kind of also tells of the time, So anyway, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dogs in the background. I am outside feeding them, and yeah, you probably could hear them lapping up water. It's just I had a few minutes to be able to do this voiceover and thought, oh, I better get it done while I can. So here's another piece of that Maggie Holmes ephemera. I'm actually putting it on that other layout to kind of tie them in together. I do this a lot because I used to do 2-page layouts together all the time. And then I've stopped, but oh, that's it. Thanks.